Hello, everybody. This is Fronito Bobbin here, and I am stumbling over my words today, as today is another NASCAR race review thingy. Yay! So, this weekend was the AAA Texas 500, and I think you know who won by now. Kevin Harvick won. Yeah, I was expecting to talk a lot more about Stewart Haas this year, but the only time I really complained about Stewart Haas was when was pretty much every race they won this year. Like Kurt Busch won the Daytona 500. And then Kevin Harvick won in Sonoma, and now he's won in Texas. Yeah, I was expecting Stewart Haas, or me, to complain about Stewart Haas a lot this season, but Stewart Haas, yeah, Kevin Harvick gets another win for Stewart Haas Racing, so there's that. Kevin Harvick is apparently all suddenly become a good driver, at least in Texas. Not sure how good he will continue to do later on, but yeah, now Kevin Harvick will be contending for a championship in Homestead. Just ever since Stewart Haas Racing went to Ford, I pretty much lost all my respect for Kevin Harvick. I liked Kevin Harvick back in 2016 when he was driving a Chevy, but now that he's in a Ford, I don't know, I just don't like him so much. And if you want my full reasoning as to why I don't like Stewart Haas Racing anymore, you can go and search through my 2017 NASCAR stuff and things playlist and look for the video why I don't approve of Stewart Haas going from Chevy to Ford, and you can watch that video to get my full opinion from me as to why I don't like Stewart Haas Racing anymore. Yeah. Well, obviously one of the big reasons is because they just went from Chevy to Ford for no real reason. I mean, Tony Stewart once said, "Yeah, we feel like we're gonna have some more success than Ford ever." Seriously, what were they thinking when they decided, "Hey, how about we go over to Ford from Chevy because it's not like anyone's gonna dislike that, or it's not like we're gonna lose speed or anything like that." It still makes zero sense to me as to why they just went from Chevy to Ford. It still makes zero sense and will forever make zero sense. Like, they were so dumb with Chevy. Like, now I'm just rambling on to why as I don't like Stewart Haas. Again, you can watch the full video for my full opinion on it. But anyways, back to the Texas 500 race. Do apologize for getting derailed a bit there. Let's get back to the main topic of discussion. So the race itself, it looks like this was going to be another Truex show, as pretty much almost every mile-and-a-half race has been this season. And then Kevin Harvick comes in and steals the show and wins the race, and now gets to compete for a championship. Thankfully, Truex has locked up for points at Homestead, so only 5 people will be moving on, or only 1 out of 5 people will be moving on now. Yep. So yes, obviously Kyle Busch and now Kevin Harvick have secured themselves into the Final Four by getting wins, and now Truex has secured a spot on points. So now, only 1 of the 5 remaining people will be contending for at Homestead. Yeah, so I was really hoping for Chase Elliott. I mean, Chase Elliott has done pretty good in the playoffs. He possibly could have moved on the Homestead at Martinsville until he got deliberately dumped by Denny Hamlin. Obviously, all the Chase Elliott fans, including me, are still a bit triggered about that, including Chase Elliott himself. I guess some say that Chase Elliott might pay back Denny Hamlin at some point in the future. I'm not entirely sure, but that's really one of the things that keeps NASCAR alive these days. So what about the race itself? Well, other than Kevin Harvick stealing the show, there really isn't that much to talk about regards to this race. Like, this race was fairly boring, to be honest. There was a few exciting moments in Texas, but overall, this race was pretty much like every other mile-and-a-half race that's been dominated by Truex, except, obviously, the difference in this race is Kevin Harvick stealing the show. But other than that, that's about it. So this has just become a condensed NASCAR race review. I would have waited until Phoenix to talk about this race, but I decided to do this race review today because I had it on my schedule and I didn't want to replace it with something else. So, if I have absolutely nothing to talk about in the Phoenix race, I'll just make it a 1-minute long review, whatever the case. And obviously, the following week will be the full racing review which will be nothing more than a review of all 3 races from the championship weekend, unless I somehow missed the truck race, but that's a story for another day. Yeah, you may or may not know right now, there will be no live streams during the championship NASCAR weekend. However, I will have videos going up once a day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which will hopefully carry you over until Monday when I come back to making more videos and stuff like that. So there's that. Other than that, not really much else to talk about. If there is anything else you would like my opinion on, just leave it in the comment section down below, and I shall reply to you as soon as possible. That is all for this condensed NASCAR race review, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.